Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Thursday, March 31st, 2022. The pre-market video here is the last one of the quarter, and then we move over to Q2 tomorrow, April 1st, on Friday. By the way, we will be hosting a monthly market outlook next Monday. We'll get you details for that soon. Right now, seeing an inside day, very narrow range, 34% of average range, trading just 23.75 points right now is the ES. Inside yesterday's range, and yesterday was inside the range from the day before. So we have a double inside day development right now. The other thing we still have is a continuation of this short-term bullish move ever since that strong rejection and failed low. That outside day right there led to a tremendous continuation, and we haven't even seen a test at the previous session's low in any day during this up move. So if we do see a test at the previous session's low or 2-day lows, given the slope of the 8-period average, given the strength of the trend, that could offer an opportunity to look for a trap and perhaps look for a reversal back up over the next coming days. Again, we could be in this phase right here where instead of getting a full-on pullback, you basically see a holding pattern followed by a continuation. You see a major continuation, holding pattern, continuation, holding pattern, etc., etc., etc. As right now, this market remains bullish. Again, we haven't even tested the 8-period average. Now, heading into next month's market here, we're going to have a higher value relationship with the pivot range, and that's where we could see the first trading day of the month, being tomorrow. We could see perhaps a rejection of the high and close, and some sort of pullback into the pivot range, at which point we could look to pick it up and see if this thing can continue higher. So right now, again, inside day, double inside day, and if we push down through 1 or 2-day lows, that could be an opportunity to fade it back up in the near term. Let's take a look here at the NQ. The NQ sitting right at the next LVN above that we talked about, the 15,250 level, more like right about here. Inside day appears to be again perhaps another inside day, double inside day, within a very strong up move, outside bar reversal at a new low for the year at the previous month's low. Strong bounce here so far, and again with a sharp rising 8-period average, you're looking for any pullback here to be an opportunity to buy that thing and continue this higher until proven otherwise. We are at a significant edge, so that does mean we could see a pullback here, perhaps 14.4. Again, inside this pivot range here, somewhere inside this pivot range next month could provide an opportunity to push this thing higher and see if we can get going even beyond current levels. All right, let's take a look here at crude oil. Now, crude oil is down 5% here heading into the RTH Open, which just happened at this moment. What you'll see right now again is compression of this price range throughout the course of the month. A big time high volatility month for crude oil. It continues to hold the 96 edge, 95, 96, that's the edge. We could still drop down here and perhaps bounce back up. But until this thing is able to find acceptance back below 96, 95, we're still in this high volatility state at the moment. Price is currently testing the previous week's low, and the previous week's lows is very important here early on. If there's a rejection back above that point, which is about the 102.45s, you could look at a bounce back toward weekly VWAP being right at about 105.12. So again, from an intraday perspective right now, holding at the lows with a bit of a box, if it can start pushing back above the 102.45s here, it opens up the potential to move back toward weekly value, which has been mostly sideways here over the last couple of days and right at about 105.12. All right, let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now up 1%. We mentioned in the previous session here that a failed new low could be bullish, and while it did close above that low, it really didn't do much beyond that. Instead, we're inside of a narrow 4-day range, which has developed within this uptrend. And right now, this is a very bullish phase for not only Bitcoin and Ether futures, but also a ton of other coins as well, seeing tremendous percentage moves over the course of the last 2, almost 3 weeks. This narrow range again could be indicative of compression here ahead of the next phase higher. So again, if we do get a pullback or fortunate enough to see some sort of shakeout, maybe again you have the higher value relationship next month and we could pull back into that point. A retest of 45 or between 45 and 46 could provide enough of a boost here to get this thing going higher. Remember, the next level up will be 52K in terms of a short-term market structure there. But the 50,000 round number is right around U.S. fiscal year C VWAP. So again, any push downward could catapult this thing higher toward 50 and likely into 52 up ahead. How much of a pullback do we get? That's going to be the question here. So continuing to watch this. As of right now, we dropped this thing to a 4-day range. We have 43% of average range and the potential to see 5,200 points of movement ahead. 5,200 points. And the last time we coiled up like that, we had a range that took us to about 6,500 points of movement. So that's just on a 4-range basis. Perhaps this develops into a 5-day range or 6. But right now, 5,200 points. So if you hit, say, 4,600 here and you add 5,200 to it, you're going to get a move that takes you somewhere in this zone right here. So again, that could be a really solid bounce play once we find a strong low or some sort of shakeout from this narrow range. Okay, lastly, taking a look here at Ether futures. Right now, very similar to Bitcoin, only this one here even more bullish from this perspective here. From the initial breakout of the 3-day range, it's been straight on up. It has also pushed through 3,300 and continues to hold. It has a narrow 4-day range that has developed, again down here, showing as 60% of average range. And about 474 points of range could be seen. 474 points. So if price were to pull back, to 3,200 here, 3,200 up toward about 36 to 37 could be in play based off of this measurement right here. And that also is in line with the previous year's close price. So again, the early pullback to begin next month could be an opportunity to buy this thing as we continue higher here in these markets. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.